The Ravens face the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. They are favored to lose. Now, I didn't hear what you said because Matt Casey was talking to me. It may have been something really good, but sometimes
no, I said it all came back to Jake Kummerow.
Well, there we go. Absolutely. And Jake Kummerow still with the Bills and still playing extremely well. The Ravens not playing well on Monday night, losing to the Raiders. They've got Sunday Night Football at home against the Chiefs. Here's Sammy Watkins, who has played with Mahomes and now plays with Jackson, talking about the two quarterbacks who will be squaring off in primetime on NBC.
We make a big deal out of Lamar versus Mahomes. You know both those guys. How do you feel? Like, do they view it that way, and what are their thoughts on that kind of semi-rivalry, if you call it that?
I think those guys definitely view it that way. You can say you're not, but the world is watching two of the best, youngest MVPs in the league, and very talented guys. So I'm definitely looking at it that way. Like, man, Lamar need to win. He's been doing a great job in this league with just how he's been carrying himself as a teammate and as a guy that just do the right things off the field. So I just think, it's time for him to take that next hump and try to get a win. I hope this team and we prepare and the coach prepare to do our best to try to, will a win for the organization and him.
That basically means Watkins is saying in a very polite and tactful way that my quarterback is full of crap, because yesterday we played Lamar Jackson saying it's not about the quarterbacks, it's not about us, we're not on the field at the same time, and that's right. But still, it was always Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Even though it was really Peyton Manning versus Bill Belichick, it was Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. It's Lamar Jackson versus Sammy Watkins. And Patrick Mahomes. It's Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. And Mahomes has beaten Jackson every time they've played. And last year, Jackson said the Chiefs are our kryptonite. So he knows how important it is to get this win. Their backs are against the wall early. They're used to winning week one. They should have beaten the Raiders on Monday night. Now they got the long trip home. They played a very physical game, and they got to get it together and get refocused and find a way to beat one of the best teams in the league. It's not going to be easy.
The things that I would be really worried about right now if I were the Ravens, they continue to have players drop out. Obviously now with Ronnie Stanley, getting hurt, Alejandro Villanueva now moving over to left tackle. Okay, so he's played there for a long time, but there's a reason why the Steelers didn't re-sign him. They were ready to move on. So, that's one thing. You talk about the long trip and coming home. Here's a team that lands at 6:15 a.m. Tuesday, and they're at practice 26 hours later, getting prepared to play one of the most athletic games. They're going to have a track meet against Patrick Mahomes. That's all there is to it. They're coming off a game where the defense had to play 86 snaps in this game in Las Vegas, a very emotional game. So to me, there is a lot working against the Baltimore Ravens in this game. And you don't want to say it's a must game because it isn't a must game. Week 2 is never a must game. But you do want to say that at some point, this is the team that you have to conquer to win the AFC. You've always wanted to play him at home. You've always wanted to play him in prime time. Mike, I can tell you, there is a burr in the saddle of the Baltimore Ravens that has to do with NFL scheduling. Over the years, they have always thought, why don't we get our share of primetime games at home? And when they played the Patriots 2-3 years ago at home in primetime, and won the game, they felt like this is a gigantic advantage in the NFL to play primetime at home. So the bummer for them is that they come off a short week game out west, all beat up, and now they got to play maybe the best team in football. It's going to be rough for the Ravens on Sunday night.
Yeah, more than 65 minutes of very intense football on Monday night, and here come the Chiefs. And it's not going to be an easy one for Baltimore to pull that off, but they are going to need it because even though it's going to be a very different team by the time January rolls around, different Chiefs team, different Ravens team, those wins and losses in September become the tiebreakers potentially as the planets align and the dust settles on a season. And what happens on Sunday night could determine whether that primetime rematch happens in Kansas City or in Baltimore.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.